Hello guys, welcome back to Tailoring by Jamyn. Today we'll be showing you how to construct a suit sleeve that we're going to be using on a native. That's a senator attire. So first thing you'll be doing is to be folding your material. We're going to be cutting the body for the native so as we know you understand how to adequately cut the body of the native that you'll be fixing the sleeve to. So the first thing you'll be doing is folding the material by 2 to cut the front of the native. And then this fold is usually folded by the measurements. You'll be using the person's measurement, the chest or the hip, the widest part. This hip is 44. So 44 divided by 4 is 11. Then you add 2 inch. So we've gotten the length. So now you measure the shoulder, and then the slope is 3 inch. You take the slope and you take the slant. So remember, when you measure the length, you also add the folding allowance. Then we take out this front, just making sure that this is 44 plus 2 inch. 44, you add 2 inch to the side. So which is, I'm folding it by 13 inch. So you repeat same thing for the back. You make sure you're pressing it so it lie down well. You add 4.5 inch upward at the shoulder. Then you take your slope. So you carefully cut. And then you are going to mark 1 inch the body to fold the back over the front. So we're going to be marking the neck. The neck is 17. So mark 5 inch, then 2.25. You just mark out a box-like shape, and then you take your curve to make the neck. So you're going to be measuring to make sure it's giving you 17. I can show you how to get patterns and then drop for your neck, which you don't need to go through processes, and then you just cut your pattern. Cut your pattern and keep. When you just need to do, you just place. Okay, this height to get your armhole is chest divided by 4. So this chest is 43, and then from the top shoulder you measure 10 3/4 downward. 10 3/4, that's 10.75. Now I'm taking measurement of the waist, that's the tummy area, and then the hip area, which you're going to be taking note of when taking measurements. You take note of where the hips start from, what's the measurement from the shoulder to the hips, and what's the measurement from the shoulder to the waist. So this is what I just marked. And then the chest is 10.75, 1 inch for the sewing allowance. I reduce ½ inch from 10.75 to 10.25, and then 1 inch for sewing allowance. The hip, which I measured, was 44. divided by 4 is 11, then plus 1 inch. So this remaining 1 inch is for the allowance for the slits. So you're going to be joining all your points to give your native a nice good fitting. Your slits length is dependent on how you want it to look like. You can make it lower than what I did here. You can make it higher, would be looking somehow, but you can make it lower. So to get your armhole, you're going to draw a straight line from the shoulder downward, and then you're going to measure for your upper chest. The upper chest is 16 3/4. Then you add your sewing allowance and then mark it out. To your cuff, you can use your armpit cuff, your armhole cuffs. You can use that, but I'm going on the freehand sketch, so you can also use your freehand sketch. You have to just study how the cuffs look like, and then boom. So you then check and make sure it's giving you chest divide by 4. The armhole is chest divided by 4. Okay, to understand this more, I have a video on how to pattern a shirt on my channel. You can just check the description. I'll be leaving a link to watch that. You understand detailed explanation on some of the things about this native. I had more detailed explanation there than what I am doing right now. I'm just brushing this off so we can just go to how to construct the sleeve. So this is it for the body. Just make sure the down part is as well aligned. So this is it for the body of the senator's wear. We're going to be going straight ahead to constructing the sleeve. So first off, we're not drawing. In case if you're new, you've not learned how to draft this, I have a video still on this channel on how to draft a suit sleeve. So I'll also be leaving link, or you can check in my channel, you'll see how to draft a sleeve. So this sleeve is basically drafted to my body, like the measurement we're using. So the muscle is 15, then the sleeve length is 25. So I'm just using it, and then just do this. Watch carefully so you can understand what is being done. In case of any question, you can leave it on the comment section. I will definitely respond back to you, but it's simple and straightforward. So you see, you trim out, not using the cap of the suit sleeve. So now you go ahead to weave it, because we're not going to be using lining. The allowance for folding is 2 inch, so I'm just giving it a light notch. You're going to be gumming it either with Estee, paper gum. Yeah, either Estee or paper gum, so it's light. So anything I'm not really explaining how to achieve here is because I've explained it on our other video, like the video for the sleeve suit sleeve creating, pattern making. I have explained a lot of things. You can just go and watch it. And this also my last video on easy sleeve suit sleeve making. You can also see how to go about bending all this and why it is done like that and all this gumming. I also have had much explanations there. So we gum and fold a 2-inch allowance. So the same thing here. We're going to mark our 2-inch folding allowance. And then gum. So after we fold all this, we quickly go and sew them together. As I have earlier said, this sewing has detailed explanation on how to sew the simplest suit sleeves on my channel. So I will be leaving link as I said earlier on. So you can just do well, watch it and understand fully how to go about all this. So I'm giving it an open press, making sure it's clean and lying flat. So after all this is ensured, we've pressed. So I guess you understand the idea right now. The idea is not to use, since we're not going to be using padding inside of the sleeve. The sleeve is just going to be as a normal sleeve for a native. We're not going to be using padding. So we have to make the sleeve cap like that of a normal native. Reason being that if you use a suit sleeve cap, you have to pad it for it to sit appropriately. And then if you don't do that properly, it ends up looking so funny. So the spinning is just helping me keep the sleeve in order. So after ensuring this, take measurements of the sleeve length, then I mark. That's 25 plus half inch for sewing allowance. So I take measurements for my sleeve cap. Also, this is being explained in detail in my video for shirts, complete shirts pattern drafting. So you can check it out after this video and have full knowledge of how to draw this. Made easy. So you have to confirm it's up to what you want. It's giving me 11-inch, which I just have just a little allowance to attach, but it's fine. We can work with that. So as you can see from behind, I'm having a little 0.5 shortage. So you'd pay attention to when you're making yours. So as the smaller part of the sleeve, you can give it a bit curve so you don't have a shortage. So this is fine, this is clean, and hope the result speaks for itself. Just repeat the same process for the sleeve, the second sleeve, and that's it.